Hi everybody. Today I am going to do a book review on Petals on the Wind. This is the follow-up book from Flowers in the Attic. So if you haven't read that book, you should probably not watch this because it's going to have spoilers and ruin the first one. So I wouldn't recommend that. Now, Petals on the Wind follows Cathrine, Christopher, and Carrie. This book is based on about 10 years after they have, well, not 10 years, but it goes up to 10 years after they escape the house. So you start off with immediately after they escape the house, they meet this old doctor who takes care of them. He houses them. And then from there, it goes on up to 10 years past them escaping the house, if that makes sense. Again, your main point of view is Cathrine's, and you follow her as she progresses in her ballet career. She actually falls in love with the doctor she lives with, but he basically tells her, because he's ancient, like really old compared to her. I think he's like in his 40s or 50s when they move in. Something like that. There's a very large age gap with that situation. But she loves him, he loves her, but he ends up pushing her away and she runs off to New York with another ballet guy and ends up marrying and being with him. Alright. Carrie, which is the younger twin that survived, is having a super hard time going through public school. Or it's like a private school, but she's having a really hard time in school because of the malnutrition she went through while she was in the attic. She is very small, like abnormally small, where people or schoolmates, other girls, are sitting there making fun of her and bullying her because they say she looks like a doll. And she takes it to heart and she gets extremely depressed. All right. Christopher actually has a great opportunity to go and practice medicine. So he gets all of his high school diploma or accreditation, and then he goes off to college and he actually becomes a doctor. So he is doing very well. Now, if you remember in the first book, if you actually read it, Christopher is deeply in love with Cathrine, who is his sister. And they both love each other. Like, Cathrine is still attracted to Christopher, and she loves him, but she definitely feels and knows that it is wrong for them to be together. So she is very much, we cannot be together. You need to go live your own life and I'm going to go live mine. So Christopher is definitely like super heartbroken that she doesn't want to be with him, but he understands in a way. But it is very hard and challenging for him to see her fall in love with the doctor, fall in love with this ballet guy, and then for her to progress even farther and fall in love with her mom's husband. Right? Now this is later on in the book, because Cathrine does get to that point where all she wants is revenge on her mom. So after a series of events happens, which I don't really want to tell you about because that's going to kind of give away the anticipation and the build up in the story, and I feel like that would take away from your experience. But further on in the story, Cathrine has this plan that she is going to ruin her mother. She hates her mother for everything she has done in the past and how she has ruined not only her life, but Christopher's life and Carrie's life. And, you know, Corey died basically because of her. So Cathrine decides to ruin everything that her mother holds dear. And part of that is taking away her husband from her. So, like I said, you follow Cathrine as she goes through and does a multitude of different things. You know, first she's trying to build upon herself and make herself happy, but then after a certain point in the story and in the book and in her life, it's like a switch happens. And Cathrine's like, no, this woman is evil and she's going down. That is basically all I'm going to tell you. Like I said, I don't really want to say much more, but I definitely would recommend it. It is a really good book. It's a really good series. I don't recommend the movie because the movie leaves out a ton of stuff, and not everything is accurate within the movie. It's very different from the book. So I know some people have said, like, they watched the movie and that's basically good enough. It's not. It doesn't even touch the surface of how good the books are. So yeah, sorry that this is such a long review, but I hope you have a wonderful day and you stay safe out there. Bye, everyone.